about Ori.
Oh, yes, I did. I did.
You numpty.
I did. Well, I don't know who's the diva. I don't know, but he's a bit precious, and he's not available. He's on permanent night, so I think the best thing is for Ori to do the post-match. I could have both of you together. It'd be much more interesting than myself.
You. I would have thought so as well.
Well, it would be. It would be. So, Ori, he'll be on. He will be on Saturday post-game, and midweek preview can be me and you. So it looks like we are live. I'll just bang a bit of music on. Let's see if this scene thing works. It's a new thing. Let's just... It's clever.
What is?
Oh, you can't see it. It's pretty smart. I'll do it again. Let's do it again. They'll love it. They will love it. I love it. Let's do it again.
You seem keen.
Oh, it's epic, as they say. Right, we're going to go live. No, we're going to go live.
Good evening, gents.
Here we are, a bit of intro. We have got people watching. It's 9 o'clock. It is midweek, and it is Haven Homes Winter League preview with Dickie.
Hello there. How you doing, Jed?
I'm good. So the Mrs. Dawn, she's out and about, is she? Wednesday night. You're at home alone.
No. She's booted out the house. Well, booted out the living room, and she's now upstairs sulking. So I'll be in for it later.
That's what you think. So she's probably thinking, what has Dickie taken from my wardrobe this week?
After the abuse I got last week, no. Playing it sensible this week for a change.
Well, let's just have a quick look at the results from the weekend. Tell me, did you get any forecasts right?
I think I got the majority. I think I was only out on 2.
And who would they be?
I went against Trev and Geordie only because it's Trev and Geordie. I had Mushy and Rory to win, but because Mushy wasn't playing, they lost. So I was wrong on that one.
I'm hearing Trev and Geordie weren't that hot. It was a case of lack of practice, lack of application from Rory and Alex. So we'll see. We'll just watch that. But no major shocks from the weekend, was there? Nothing at all. I think the danger men identified themselves. That is Paul Thomas and Paul Lowy. And I understand that the Lowies had a bit of a night out, didn't they? What happened?
Yes, there was a few beers after your presentation. I think you were that boring. We drank far too much. Trundled off down to the Falcon. And after 1 pint of Ruddles, then another, and then another for Wilf, he had a little wobble. And next thing Paul said, right, Dad, it's time to get the bus. We're off. And off they toddled, or waddled. So, yeah, good night out in the Falcon.
I love it. It's the Clack Vein Massive now, isn't it? You know, they're down there in Ballasalla, the Maloo men. I tell you what, you wouldn't fancy your chances, would you, if you came up against them on a dark night and there was a bit of a fisticuffs? I think,
especially Wilf with a wobble on.
He'd knock you out, wouldn't he? He would knock you out for sure. So let's move on to the fixtures this week, and I've got them up on the screen so the viewers can take note. And if you are watching, please put some comments in the box. If we're getting it right, we're getting it wrong. Are our forecasts too friendly? But what have we got? What have we got? You take it from the top there, Dickie.
So, we've got Big Trev and Geordie against the pairing of Kevin Stacey. I must admit, I went against the boys last week, Trev and Geordie, but I think they'll be too good for Kevin and Stacey. Might be a bit windy for Mr. Stacey with that wonderful slow swing of his. He might get blown off his feet. So I'm going to go for a Trev and Geordie win.
You are right. The weather forecast is not looking too good, and they are a pair of lightweights, aren't they? Kevin Stacey, there must be like 10 stone combined compared to Big Trev, he must be, 25 stone now? Must be.
pushing 30, I would have thought.
Tyson
Especially
Fury.
with all those cans of Carlton he drinks.
Incredible. So yeah, I think we're looking at a 4-3 for Big Trev and Geordie on that one. So second game, are you seeing Norway and possibly Brendan against this interesting combination, Robbo and Potts?
Yeah, I think it all depends on whether Brendan's playing or whether he's going to get another sub in. There's not many shots there, although the shots were going to Kev and Mark. But I'm going to go for a newbie win.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I saw enough from Mr. Potts, and 14 handicap. He is most proficient. So watch them.
14? I thought he was 13.
Is he? Well, I don't know. It's far too generous anyway. But let's not talk about handicaps. Some people may get upset. There we go. Right, so the next game, we've got the youngsters who had the baptism of fire last week, and they've got a double dosing. It is Mush and Rory against Tomo and Lurchio. Oh, former Ireland champion. He's looking so good, isn't he? A drive and an 8-iron into the 10th on Saturday. That's an 8-iron, 196 yards. That is almost as far as Brisson DuChambeau hits it. Not far.
I did hear something though that yes, he was on the green in 2 and had a word with his partner had a word with him and said, "I think I'll lay up here." Why? Paul was on the mat.
He's not used to it. He's not used to it.
Was going to lay up.
Just think, last year he would have been retrieving golf clubs from trees and things, wouldn't he? That have been thrown. Anyway, nice to hear from you, Mark Walton again. Hope the World Tour is going well. So that is what's your forecast? What's it going to be?
Well, my forecast there. I mean, it's the big hitters against even bigger hitter and half a swing Cowie. I've got Cowie and Paul to win this one. I think actually will be quite comfortable. But again, it depends on whether Mushy's playing. Because he didn't play last week.
He is. He's out. But I don't think the handicap's generous enough, and I think it's going to be a biggie.
I think he'll be a bit sick and he'll be a bit green coming into the clubhouse on Saturday. So yeah, big win for the two Pauls.
So the next one, this is quite an evenly matched game in my view. We've got the backstabbers. It's not so big Steve Gandy against lightweight, disappearing fast Darren O'Hare against the charm offensive.
Yeah, well, I'm going for the charm offensive. Again, just looking at the handicaps, I think they'll be just a bit too. They've got too many shots to play with there. I think they'll win. I think they'll win this one quite comfortably.
I'll go with that. I think there's a lot of shots in the bag, and it's the father and son thing going on. So that's great. So the next game, it's yourself. It's the Tea Caddy, yourself and Holty. And I think Holty's new house honeymoon period will be wearing off. He will be treading up that hill in the rain to open up for 9:30. I can't see it, can you? I can see him getting most fatigued, highly pissed off.
Yes.
And the combination you've got together hasn't got a chance. Vince and Saxon looking very good.
We're out last, so I don't think Holt will be up there too early, will he?
No, he's got to get in to open up, hasn't he? And get the gourmet sausages for another Michelin star rating. Oh dear God, unbelievable!
I think just to piss Maria off, I'm going for a happy half here. I think it'll be a tight contest. Say Jack will be one to watch. I saw him on Saturday. A lovely approach in on 7. So he's got a bit of finesse about him, a bit like on the football field, but he should be on the football field. And I'll be telling him, I'll be in his ear. You should be on the football field, son, at your age. So I'll try and get into his head, but I'm going for a happy half.
So it's a return to the Russian United bullying, is it? Is that your tactic, you poor sod? Right, so the next...
No. Never been sent off in my life.
So the next game, it's the People's Chumps versus the Fox and the Hound. This is dire, isn't it? This is dire. Go on, tell me your view.
There's two shots between them, and Hurry is the top man. He's the one everyone's firing off, and if everyone's firing off him, that's going to be a dull match. Dull as dishwater. It's going all the way. Happy half.
I think it's
probably a not so happy half.
I think it's who can lose it first. Whether the Fox has got a new driver in the bag. He for whatever happened, I didn't see it, but the driver was deemed inoperative on the 7th hole last week, and he ended up using a 3-wood, and it suited him some of the time, but bit of wind. It's not going to happen. And as for Timmy, he was wearing a pair of ladies' Marks and Spencer's jeans. I don't know where that came from. It was a bit of a fashion disaster, but in no way contributed to their effort in the game. So maybe, just maybe, the People's Champs could squeeze a win. The Newt may hack it round and just scrape it in the last few holes, eh?
No, I think Timmy will lend his mallet to Foxy, and no, it's a half all the way. Half all the way.
Okay, I'll let you deal with the next one. There's a vested interest.
Yes, the ex-Feds. Tobias and yourself, Jedward, against Wilf and Addy. Well, Wilf and Addy must be on for a comeback this week. Wilf carried Addy around. I've never seen Addy play so poorly. In his 81 years on this earth.
Yeah, how dare he?
He was pushing putts, and Wilf was booming them down the fairway, past them off the tee box. But I think with their shots, I'm going to sit on the fence. It's a long round for you. A long round for you. Half.
I'm not the quickest player. People know that. And
you're not
Toby,
the quickest person.
Toby, he's got an extra 2 shots in the bag. A shot on the 2nd and the 16th, which is pure gold this year. I'm so pleased about this handicapping system. So thank you, the Competitions and Handicaps Committee, for being so generous. Must continue to buy beers for you guys through the winter time. Thank you. No, I think we might get away with a bit of a win. In awe of Addy. Totally. He is my hero round. Rowany, follow Addy's tips if you can, and you can't go wrong. So the final game, we've got Cos and the Danger Man. The Danger Man, who is Gary Brian Robson versus Pipe and Slippers. What's your forecast? What's the Corrin DNA telling you?
Yes, I'm going for a Corrin win. But which way? Is it Cos or is it Dave? Old Dave. He likes to be called.
He won't like.
Again, there's not many shots in this, and Dave's about 70, 75, is he? They'll be playing off him. But I'm going for Dave and Alan for a win on the last. A win on the last.
I'm afraid I'd love to say Pipe and Slippers get some points, but I think Brian Robson is far too steady, and he's playing a lot in the bad weather. He just seems to bonk it down there. So,
you're just trying to big Cos up, aren't you? You're just trying to sweet. Have you think some bins to be emptied?
I've always got plenty of trash to get rid of me. So I'd say, I think it's going to be a big win. I think a big win, maybe 4-3. I think the weather's going to be perhaps a little bit inclement. So, hang on. Scotty Howarth, he's saying, I've got a message in from the greenkeeper, so it's a bit of inside information. It's a bit like Augusta, isn't it? Don't worry, lads. The proper greenkeeper is back in to change holes this week, because them holes were a little bit medieval, weren't they, on Saturday for some?
They were tough. Some of them very tough. I was playing back down the hill on the 11th from the back of the green. I was scared if I put it 6 inches past, it would have gone off the green. But luckily, I just put it by the side of the hole. Tap in, lovely, happy days. But no, they were tough. Some people, there was a bit of grumbling and groaning going on.
I'm surprised Mike Ray didn't walk off the course. Normally, if the pins aren't to his liking, maybe they're a little bit too extreme. Maybe.
Now they're captain. Now.
That's up there. No, Mike's he's a stalwart, isn't he?
But no, there were a few. It wasn't just one or two. Most of the pin positions were very, very tight.
Love it. Let's keep it like that. Let's make the course a challenge. We don't want it to be some gigantic football field. Let's make it have a bit of character. Test you, that sort of thing. Anyway, moving on. Tell me, are you going to be watching the Masters?
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, I don't think so. Dear, I'm playing you now on my phone. I'm going to turn you off. Sorry about that.
I don't think there's any alternative to that, Dickie, before we go anywhere. So there we go. Well, not after that wig you were wearing last week. There you go. Anyway.
What do you mean?
So come on.
Blown off in the wind.
Yep. No.
I don't like watching sport.
So yeah.
I'd rather be playing.
So hang on. So you're about the only golfer on the planet who will not be watching the Masters.
Well, if it's on free view, because I'm tight as anything, married to a jock. So if it's a normal telly, I'd watch it, but it ain't.
Words fail me. Well, okay. Well, on that note, I think we'll just draw the show to a close. Let me see. I've got some stuff on here. Let's see what I've got on here. Oops, there he is. Oh, Corrin's forecast folly. So go on. Who's going to get a 2 this week?
Holty. How about that?
And what
Holty will get a 2.
And what did you do there? Do you share the result, the returns, or what?
Oh yes, yeah. I shared everything last year. I don't think he put anything in his in the kitty. He was poor. But I must admit, when I had a bad hole, he had a good hole. When he had a good hole, I had a bad hole. But no. The love's there. I think he's going to come good.
You reckon?
He's going to get... Yeah, I think he's going to get me 20 quid. His name will come out the hat, and he'll get... Nearest the pin. How about that? 60 quid. 50 quid.
Well, I suppose if you're not watching the Masters this week, you've got to amuse yourself with something. But there you go. That's it. We'll just sign out now. Thanks for watching, everyone. Put any comments, subscribe, write in, complain, whatever. Give us some ideas. Give me another sidekick.
What are you trying to say? Hey, before you go,
all right.
Did you see that 2 from Rahm?
Oh, I did.
Oh no, not the 2, the hole in one. The hole in one. Damn Buster. That'll be Holty down the 8th. He'll top it and it'll go off the course, bum 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 bum, and in. That's why I'm saying Holty.
I'd like to try it across the pond on the 8th. Sorry, the 11th. We could do it there, couldn't we?
I was going to say, what pond?
Yeah.
It could do, yeah.
Be a little bit wet.
Well, if it rains.
I tell you what, here's a talking point then. So, the ground is getting a little bit soggy, isn't it?
It is.
Would this be the time to have the mats? You know, the little plastic mats we were talking about last year?
Oh, those ones, yeah. The Mohican mats.
Yeah, something where you preserve the course. It'll be to Simon's benefit as well. He'll respect that. And
have you got shares in this?
No, I just think because there's going to be divots everywhere, aren't there? There will be divots.
Certainly one wearing an orange jumper.
There are places on the course where you look around about the 5th. You know, that shot into the 5th. Where it's always a bit soggy and a bit messy, and it's just going to get dug up. So I think if we have these little plastic mats, take them round with you. It's voluntary, so you don't have to fork out unnecessarily, and just preserve the course and enjoy your game a little bit more. Maybe it's a bit of a talking point there. Anyone's got any thoughts about that?
I think you should go out with one this week. How about that?
Well, it'd have to be cleared by the people in power. So, could be the sponsor. Could it be Brian Hewitt? Could it be Billy Newton? I don't know. Could it be Neil Gray? I've not seen him for a while.
Have you not?
No.
Is he still about?
Well, he must be celebrating Arsenal being beaten by the beloved Villa, along with Carl Albright. I love this little Villa contingent that we've got in the club. It does make me laugh. They're happy people, so it's all good. All good.
You're right, Skip.
That's right. Okay, right. We'll sign off now. So we'll finish. So we've got to say goodbye to all your fans there, Dickie.
Bye.
Adios.
Take care.